Hello, welcome back to Justin's Guide to Golf. We're here today to give you a few useful tips on how to begin your game of golf. So we've got everything we need now from the pro shop. We have our golf balls, we have our tees, we have our glove, we have our golf clubs. So we've now made our way out onto the golf course to start our round of golf. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously decide what club we're going to use on this hole. I'm playing a long par 4 today as my starting hole. So I'm going to choose a driver. That's going to give me a bit more distance. We're into the winter months now. The golf course is playing a bit longer. The weather is obviously a bit colder, so the golf ball doesn't travel as far this time of year. So remember that for all the shots you're playing. So if the hole is a bit longer, obviously you will need your driver or 3-wood off the tee, and even your shots into the greens, you're going to need to play longer clubs to obviously make sure you get the golf ball to travel far enough. So we're on the tee box. I'm playing off the yellow tees today to make my game of golf a bit more enjoyable. So like I say, the golf course will be a bit longer, so the yellow tees will make the golf course a bit shorter for me, a bit more enjoyable. So make sure the golf ball is teed up in between the yellow tee markers here. You can be slightly behind the tee markers. You're not allowed in front of the tee markers. You can go up to 2 club lengths behind if you wish. So I'm going to tee my golf ball up just behind the yellow markers. And I'm going to tee it up at a height which is half the golf ball needs to be just above the club head. So I've made sure I'm using a driver. Half the golf ball is above the club head. That's going to help me get a nice clean strike on the ball, get the ball up in the air and travelling as far as possible through the air. So once I've got my ball teed up, I'm going to make sure I pick my line. So I'm going to be hitting this down the middle of the fairway, hopefully. That's where I'm aiming. So I'm going to aim the club head in that direction. All the other elements that we've done on the driving range before, so the grip, the stance, the posture, make sure we do all those correctly. So I'm going to make sure my body is aiming the same line as the club head effectively, and the ball position needs to be left half of my stance, just inside the left heel ideally. Once I've got my setup, I'm just going to have one last look to make sure I'm aiming correctly, and I'm going to draw the club away and start my round of golf. Thanks for watching Justin's Guide to Golf. For more tips and tricks, don't forget to click below and subscribe. So I've hit my driver, I've hit it up the fairway luckily, so I'm right in the middle of the fairway. I've identified this as being my golf ball, so I was using a Titleist 2 with my initials on it, JB.